This is my journal recording for course 768B for Brandman University. So the first question for this e-journal is, how do you collaborate and problem solve with your stakeholders? I always like to start with the students because I think they're in a very important piece of the puzzle. And one of the ways that I help collaborate with students and problem solve with them is to just be out there in the classrooms as much as I can and to be talking to them, asking them questions, observing, checking in. I really like to talk to kids and to get to know their thought process on how things are going in their classes, how their school day is going. I connect with them at lunchtime. Sometimes I'll even go out and eat lunch with students and have questions, ask them questions and collaborate with them and get their feedback because school is for them. The next tier would be the teachers. And again, it's kind of the same thing. I collaborate by having standing meetings with my department each week. I'm in their classrooms as much as I can. Sometimes I'll schedule appointments with them to do staffings and to problem solve maybe a tricky meeting that's coming up for that week or the next week. I also meet with site administration as much as I can, either by a drop-in meeting or a scheduled meeting, because being at 3 sites, it's really hard to be able to have a standing meeting 3 times a week at 3 different sites. But at one of my main sites, I do have a standing meeting that I meet with not only the site admin, but the front office staff to just kind of know what's going on with the school community. Parents. I like talking to parents. I think it's really important to connect with the families that you serve and that you work for. And I really like to make personal connections. So I might have an in-person meeting with parents to collaborate and problem solve something that they're having a difficulty with, or making a phone call to support the teachers and to support them. One of the goals that I'm working on this year is to increase communication with parent community. And one of the things I'm doing with a coworker is we have 3, maybe 4 meetings that we're going to be bringing in the parent community to the school to talk about certain topics around our department and some of the needs and things that we want to see implemented at our site. Which leads me kind of to the second part of this question, which is, what is a personal goal that I would like to focus on enhancing that communication piece and that collaborative piece? And that is to have those standing parent coffees at the high school. And specifically focusing on the modified program, I'd like to look at opportunities where we can create embedded job opportunities on campus for students now that it's safe for them to be around other students and we're on campus. I'd like to really kind of increase the school-wide awareness of the students that we have that need job skill support and see if we can tap into some resources in the community to have them come in and do some presentations, to provide opportunities to do some training with students or give resources, because we have a lot of great community members out there that I'm sure have a lot of great ideas that I just am not aware of. And so it starts with just having those conversations with the parents and building that community and starting with something small and hopefully growing it to be something bigger. So that is my e-journal for this class. Really, it's all about making connections and being available, being accessible, and sitting down. And sometimes it's not even having answers, but just listening to people and giving them an opportunity to share, and then seeing for your own eyes what's happening in the classroom. Because if you're not in there and you're not seeing what's going on, then it's really hard to know how to impact change.